Meera lived in a small cottage by the sea. She loved the sea. It was big and blue. Meera had a special gift. She could talk to animals. She talked to the seagulls. She talked to the crabs. She even talked to the dolphins. Meera dreamed of sailing on a big ship. One day she said, "I will sail the 7 seas." She wanted to see new lands. She wanted to meet new creatures. One sunny morning, Meera was walking on the beach. She listened to the waves. The waves were whispering. "Come," they seemed to say. "Come? Where should I come?" asked Meera. The waves only whispered louder. "Come." Meera felt a pull toward the harbor. She decided to follow the sound. The harbor was bustling with activity. Fishermen were mending their nets. Sailors were singing. The air smelled of salt and fish. Meera loved the harbor. The whispers grew stronger. They led her to a corner of the harbor. There she saw a ship. It was the grandest ship she had ever seen. The ship had red sails and a golden mast. It looked old but strong. Meera felt drawn to the ship. She climbed aboard. On the deck, Meera saw a man. He had a long white beard and twinkling eyes. "Hello," said Meera. "What is your name?" "I am Captain Vero," said the man. "This is my ship, the Wave Rider." "She is beautiful," said Meera. "But where is your crew?" The captain chuckled. "Ah, the Wave Rider doesn't need a crew. She is a magical ship. She can sail wherever the wind and the waves take her." Meera was amazed. "A magical ship," she breathed. "Can I come aboard?" Captain Vero smiled. "The Wave Rider chooses her own companions. She must like you. Welcome aboard." Meera spent her days learning the ways of the ship. She helped Captain Vero hoist the sails. She learned to read the stars, and she talked to the Wave Rider. "Where are we going?" she would ask the ship. The ship would creak and groan. It was her way of talking. Meera understood. Section 5. The Language of the Sea. Meera discovered she could understand the sea better than anyone. She could feel the currents. She could hear the whispers of the wind. She could sense the moods of the sea creatures. One day, a pod of dolphins swam alongside the ship. They were clicking and whistling. Meera listened carefully. "They are saying that a storm is coming," she told Captain Vero. Captain Vero was worried. "A storm, but the sky is clear." Meera shook her head. "The sea tells a different story." Captain Vero trusted Meera. He ordered the sails to be reefed. Section 6. A storm brews. Soon dark clouds gathered. The wind howled. Waves crashed against the ship. The storm had arrived. The Wave Rider creaked and groaned. The storm was strong. Suddenly there was a loud crack. The main mast had broken. The crew gasped. Without the main mast, they were lost. Section 7. The Leviathan. From the depths of the stormy sea, a shape emerged. It was gigantic. Its scales shimmered like 1,000 pearls. It was a Leviathan, a creature of legend. "It's going to destroy us," cried Captain Vero. Meera knew she had to act fast. She took a deep breath and spoke to the Leviathan. "Mighty Leviathan," she called out, her voice surprisingly strong against the wind. "We mean you no harm. We are but travelers on the sea." The Leviathan looked at her with surprise. It had never been spoken to like that before. It listened to Meera's plea. Section 8. Guardian of the Sea. Meera explained about the storm and the broken mast. The Leviathan listened patiently. When she was finished, it dipped its head in understanding. With a flick of its mighty tail, it nudged the ship. It guided them through the raging storm, its immense form a shield against the fury of the sea. Captain Vero watched in awe. He had never seen such a sight. "Meera," he said, his voice filled with respect, "you are a true marvel. You are the guardian of the sea." Section 9. Treasures of the Deep. The Leviathan stayed with them until the storm subsided. Then, with a final nod, it disappeared back into the depths. Meera and Captain Vero repaired the mast. They sailed on, their hearts filled with gratitude. They had many more adventures. They saw whales that sang. They discovered islands of pure gold. And they met mermaids who combed their hair with coral combs. Finally, it was time to return home. When they reached the port, they were greeted with cheers. Everyone had heard of their amazing journey. Meera shared her stories. She told them about the wonders she had seen. She told them about the importance of respecting the sea and all its creatures. The people listened, enchanted. Meera The guardian of the sea had come home.